December 10th, National Lager Day. Lager. Beer. Now, I'm not a huge beer fan to drink. I mean, I do in the summertime here and there, but I'm more of a wine guy than a beer guy. But this is something that I said we have to do, a lager. There was nothing else today but lager. So we could either sit here and drink a beer, or we could do something that I always wanted to do. Short ribs. I've never made short ribs. I love short ribs when I go out to dinner. So I said, you know what, today's the day, let's just try. I researched all around, see what I could find. One of the big TV chefs did a recipe of braised short ribs, and it was braised with a beer braised short ribs, and he used a lager. So today I'm using a Sam Adams Winter Lager, which is all the seasonal thing right now. Everybody's doing like these seasonal beers right now. So, and I was lucky enough that the guy at the liquor store had a broken pack in the back, and he gave me 2 bottles for free. So I didn't have to pay for our lager today. Free beer! Who doesn't love free beer? But anyway, let's get started on this one today. I got my big Dutch oven here on the stove. I got about 4 or 5 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to heat this up, get this nice and hot in my pan, or my Dutch oven. I have about 8 short ribs here, various sizes. Get them at the supermarket. I left them out to come to room temperature. Okay, so we're going to heat up this oil, and what we're going to do is we are going to brown our short ribs, or sear them, on all sides in this oil. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time, but I'll be back to show you when we start to do that. All right. Okay, so once your oil is smoking hot, okay, we're going to take our short ribs, and I guess I'll do the, it doesn't matter. You just want to hear them sizzle when you put in. I'm trying to figure out which side I want. I'll do the sides first. See, they start to sizzle. Okay, so I'm just kind of standing them on their side for now. I'll just do a side first, and then all you're going to do is keep turning these. You know, each side a minute or two, just to really get that dark brown crispiness. I'll show you that when we get there. Okay, and you just want to do this to each piece, every side. Okay, you want to sear every side of this thing. So have your tongs ready. I'll show you when I get my first seared side to show you exactly what I want it to look like, or what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I'm just, like I said, turning them and turning them. Give you an idea here. Get it so I can show you on the camera. See that dark sear on the meat? That's what you want on all sides, okay? So you just keep turning them. You let them sit, you get that nice brown on one side, and then just turn them. Just kind of go around the pot. It's kind of hard to fit them all in, but they're shrinking a little bit now as they cook, so it'll make it easier to get them all in there, okay? Okay, so I have my steaming pot. I took my short ribs out, okay? To this pot now, I drained some of the oil out of here. I left a little bit in there. I'm going to put my carrots, my onion, 2 celery stalks chopped, a full white onion, and I don't know, about 3 or 4 carrots chopped up, okay? And we're just going to brown our vegetables right in our pot here with our oil. Make sure you scrape the bottom if you can, get those flavor bits off the bottom, okay? So we're just going to cook this for a few minutes just to brown our vegetables a bit. Oh, you can also start preheating your oven to 275. I know, low. Low and slow we're going today with this braise. Okay, so that's just about a couple minutes, 3-4 minutes, okay? Now we're going to add 2 or 3 cloves of crushed garlic. Doesn't have to be minced, doesn't have to be chopped up. I basically just smashed them with my knife, okay? We're going to add those in here. Just for about a minute or two, we're going to just keep cooking this, okay? Not too long, because we don't want our garlic to burn. We're just kind of infusing that flavor into our veggies, okay? Alrighty, and now, for the star of our show today, our Sam Adams Winter Lager. We're going to add right to this, deglaze our pan with this, okay? and we're just going to cook this until it reduces by about half, okay? So just let the alcohol cook out and reduce this down. Alrighty, and then once that's reduced by half, to that you're going to add 2 cups of tomato sauce. Just plain tomato sauce, okay? And a cup of chicken stock. We're just going to add that right to that, okay? Mix that all together. And just bring this to a boil. We're actually going to now put our short ribs back in there and bring this whole mixture to a boil, okay? Okay, and once you put your short ribs back in, you're also going to add a little bouquet, as they call it, of rosemary, thyme, and oregano. Now, if like me, you can't find your kitchen string to tie it, a little simple trick, just take one of the long stems of thyme, which is really kind of thin, and use that as your tie, okay? You're going to throw that right in there, like I said, and we're just going to bring this to a boil. Okay, we're not there yet, almost there, but just throw that right into your mix here. Okay, and then once you get it to that boil, once it's back up to a boil, what you're going to do, take it over your heat, put the cover on it. This is going to go into that 275 oven for about 2.5 hours, okay, till the meat is falling off the bone on this thing. That's what you want it to be, because it's going to be really, really good. I just got to think of a side to go with this. Sometimes you can do short ribs over polenta. Sometimes you can do it over risotto, which you know I love my risotto. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Or I may just leave it like that. I don't know. We'll see later in a couple hours. Be back. Alrighty, exactly 2.5 hours. Let's see how we did. I've never done this before. I didn't peek. I didn't stir nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just put it in there for the 2.5 hours and I let it go. Now let me tell you, if this thing tastes as amazing as it smells in here right now, I can't wait to try this one. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, wow. That looks fantastic. Let me get you a close-up of this. I mean, look at that. Does that look amazing or what? Okay, so you want to take out your bouquet. Okay, and get this out of here. Make sure you get that out of here. And we're going to get ourselves a plate. And we are going to try this. I still haven't figured out what side I want to make with this, but that's okay. We're still going to have a tasting. Be right back. The meat here should be fall off the bone, super tender, whatever. And you know what? It is, because here's the bone, and there ain't nothing on it. Not a thing. I didn't even have to touch this one and it fell right off all by itself. But there it is. Look at that. Oh my. When I tell you I love short ribs. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick taste because then I got to figure out my side like I said. And, you know, are we doing polenta? Are we doing risotto? I don't think I could lose either way. Just dip it in a little more of that sauce there. Look at that. Look at that short rib. Oh, is that amazing? Now the flavor, remember this is our beer day, lager day, so let's see if that beer gave us a really winning flavor here. It absolutely gave us a winning flavor here. Wow. And like I said, this meat is just, I mean, so tender. I mean, it's like pot roast, you know, like pot. I should have stopped there. It's like pot roast. I mean, it's just super, super tender and just delicious. All right, everybody, it's lager day. Drink a beer, but make this first. Really easy. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you kind of cook it, you know, cook this stuff for maybe 15, 20 minutes. That you actually have to do the work to cook. And then you throw it in this pot and you see you in 2.5 hours, you know. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow. Ambitious day tomorrow. Bagels. We're going to try to make bagels. Alrighty, see you then.